Screen, turn on.
It's you.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting Cooking with Unity. I almost said Breakfast with Unity. I'm your host, Max Moreau. With me are Jeffrey and Philip, and they're waving, and it's awesome. And, yeah, we're going to be doing more Scape stuff.
I could just get the...
And now we're going to go main screen.
Nice. Oh.
So, on our last episode, we actually got a lot more done than I thought we were going to. So, if we go to our test scene and hit play, you'll see that we now have... So, the basic movement and attack stuff seems very similar, although the attack stuff is now actually going through our damage system. And we have little damage numbers going up, so there's randomness to our attacks now. And yeah, it's fun. So we've got this this kind of thing going on. And man, I just had this vision of the future just now that of dealing with all the UI stuff that we're going to have to deal with soon. And so now we got damage numbers. And what's special about that is we're close to implementing most of our described, which I should open up our notes, GitHub, Scape, and documentation, notes. So we're close to implementing the full damage calculation here. What we actually have is, on our player, we have a weapon. And this actually shouldn't be something, this should be something that we have to subclass. We haven't made it full abstract yet, but I'm just taking advantage of that right now and just using it. So this is a very generic weapon. And it just does a min damage and max damage. And that goes through into our projectile skill thing. So this is our current skill. It uses the weapon for the base damage calculation, and it applies that to the bullets that it spawns, so that when the bullets hit the player, hit the enemies, they do the right amount of damage. So it's going through some systems here. So what is it going to do? So unload unused assets before closing. Don't save. All right. Projectile skill. So what I want to do here is let's actually first. So right now we've got damage numbers, but the damage numbers are very hard to see. Like they kind of bleed over themselves really badly, so you can't really see individually what numbers you're doing. So I want to put a little bit of an outline, or try to, and see how that goes, and then we'll see how that looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our numbers, which is in prefabs damage number. There we go. And so these just move up, destroy themselves after 0.5 seconds, and they just have some text.
Okay.
So we have some styles here, but they don't have an outline style. So in order to do an outline, we're going to have to do that ourselves. There's probably a couple ways we could approach this. Today I'm just going to approach it in a dead simple manner, which is just having another text box that's behind it that has a slightly different font size. This will probably not work very well, will it?
Yeah, because they won't scale properly based upon the independent position of the characters instead of the overall position of the characters.
You can do two other ones that are the same font as the previous one, but offset slightly to the corners.
Oh, I see. So, like, you move... I got it.
That
I like
work.
it. I like
I've
it.
done that before, because if you extend
Yeah,
if you make the entire font
Yeah.
bigger, it's bigger in one
It'll-
direction.
Let's try that.
Yeah,
Let's try
it'll
that. So,
expand in
we're going
ways
to go
that
ahead and
you
do
don't
that. We're going to go ahead and do... I'm going to duplicate this damn... Actually, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to delete this. I hate that thing that I just made. That monster. All right, so we're going to put this into the scene. I'm going to duplicate it, then put it inside of itself. And I'm going to do that one more time. And what we're going to do is this one we're going to place a black outline, and this one we're going to place a white outline. And we'll offset these. So position X, we'll just make it -1, position Y, -1, and then 1, 1. And so now all we need to do is we need to make sure that these damage numbers display the same number as the damage number above them. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to create another quick script. I'm going to call it propagate text to children. Actually, I'm just going to call it propagate. Yeah, text to children. And I'm going to quit this. Move this over into our second virtual. Come on, go over. I hate you. Oh, it already was over. I don't hate you. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So what we're going to do is propagate text to children. We're going to do public. Actually, we don't need anything here. All we're going to do is we're going to use late update. And we are going to, for each, transform trans in transform. So this iterates over all the children. Although this doesn't iterate. Oh, actually, this is not what I want. I want for each text, which we need to add unityengine.ui if we want to use that. So for each text in get components in children, we want the one with the S this time, and we want the type to be text. So this will get all of the text objects that are underneath, and all we're going to do is we're going to set text.text equals, oh, we need to get the top component. Oh wait, get components in children gets the current component too, doesn't it? It won't matter. We'll get the other thing first. So, initial string initial text equals get component text dot text, and then we do text.text equals initial text. There we go.
I heard you like text.
Yeah, dog, yo, that's the first thing I thought. Yeah, dog, yo, I heard you like text, so we put text in your text so you can have.
So you can text.text when you're texting.
Yeah.
The text.
When you're evaluating your initial text.
All right, so we're gonna hit play and not do anything. Hold on, we're gonna hit play after we hit apply on this thing, and add the propagate text to children, and hit apply one more time. And we're going to delete this and see what this does. Okay, so I forgot to actually check to see what's on top of what. So that may be part of our problem here. So let's go ahead and...
I challenge you to implement buzzing.
We didn't really look at what they looked like.
Yeah, let's do that. So we
Like
need
how
to put
close
them
it
on
was,
the
how
damage
close the offsets and
canvas
stuff were.
so they can actually render. All right, so here's our text. And we want to make sure that these damage numbers are behind... whoops, that's the wrong thing. I don't know why I was doing that one. I want these damage numbers to be behind. Uh-oh. Alright, we're going to have to change the render
Yeah, the draw orders.
Is there a way to do that?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Are you so sure?
I mean, why wouldn't there be?
Because, I don't know, reasons.
But it's probably not laid out in the UI that way. It's probably some draw order somewhere in some menu.
Alright, so we know that transforms have... Here, listen. Yeah, you do. Go ahead.
Are they already sorting in a specific order? Because it looked like...
Yeah, it looks like they
so it's
are.
red, white, black. So move one of them around.
So I'm going to move this... wait, the sub ones? Yeah.
Yeah. So is it still red, white, black? Looks like it.
Yep.
You know, you could make them
So is it
3D. 3D
Red's the top
text as
one.
well. That would
Yeah,
is
3D
it-
text is a deprecated system. I don't
Is
want to
it
use
going
it.
based on
Oh,
the
is it?
order in the hierarchy?
Nope. Oh wait, maybe not. Hold on, let's just double check. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's going in inverse order of the hierarchy. Wait,
What?
so this one's the white, yeah. So it goes, yeah, inverse hierarchy order. All right, well, we could let's just do that for right now. That's an easy workaround. So we're gonna make this one the white one.
Oh, apparently you need to make a script to expose the sorting layers.
Yeah, I think we did that once before. So, but I don't think we exposed it on rect transform, just on regular transform. So I'm not sure how much other stuff we'd have to do for that. So let's make this one red, and then let's make this one go up here. There we go. And then we want, so this number we want to actually be, well, that one will be the base, whatever. And we'll make this one, hold on. So this one we want to be,
Oh, that's a good idea. They want to implement buzzing, and then I was confused about what it was, and then he says, Cyvariar, and then I knew.
I love Cyvariar.
Cyvariar is amazing.
All right, something like that. There you go. Now it looks like one of those stupid old school emboss. Remember when this was like, doing this in a text editor was like, oh my god, computers are awesome!
Oh, there is
Remember
an
those
easier
days?
What it
way.
looks like.
All right.
So there is an easier way. You can add an outline or a shadow component to the text. Just search in the add component list.
I will totally look at that. I don't think I applied that. I must have done something terribly wrong. No. Looks like I applied it. Maybe 1 pixel off is not enough to actually see what's going on, although the black is showing up more than anything else. Okay, let's do what they said. So, considering that would be awesome if there's just an outline
Yeah, it
thing.
says
So,
the shadow component is good. So.
all right, so let's pull this back in. Put it back into alphabetical sort so I don't kill myself. And we're going to make this one red. We're going to get rid of the children.
But they need their parents.
We're going to get rid of the sweet. Think of the children. We're going to get rid of their totally sweet script that we gave them earlier. And we're going to add, I'm going to see, outline? Is that what they said? Outline.
It said an outline or shadow component.
Components. UI.
Effects.
Effects. Shadow outline. There we go. Outline. Why does that show like a text file? Oh, because it's not actually... it's not a script. This is like a built-in thing. It probably shouldn't even be showing this. They didn't build a custom editor for it, and they should have. Alright, so let's see what this does. So we're going to go ahead and put this back on our damage canvas so we can see it. Theoretically... Oh, there it is. Put it 0, 0. Alright. There we go. We have an outline. That's sweet. That's awesome. That was easy. So let's make it like 2... That's too distant. That's way too distant. It's interesting. You can see how they're doing it. Let's look. 15 and 15.
Which is very similar.
Yeah,
to
very similar to what we were
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, it's just 4.
Yeah, they're doing it just
Instances of
more
the same
times. Yeah,
text.
they'll do 1 at 1. So let's apply this. Delete this. But they're doing it without creating an extra object, so there's less overhead. So.
Yeah.
Oh, no reference exception. I did something bad.
Did you update the reference of that?
I didn't think I had changed the reference, but
Probably.
that looks like what happened. So, wait, no, it's on the player bullet. Oh wait, no, it's not on that. It's on the octo pushy. Spawn text, damage text object, none. Well, that's
Object reference not set to an instance of an object.
all right. There we go.
Yep.
And that's much more readable. Wow.
Yeah,
a
that's
big difference.
surprising. I think the text needs to be smaller.
We made it bigger last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it needs to be in world space.
Yeah. Well, there's a really good reason for it to be in world space in any case, because if we do this, the numbers are still the same size.
Yeah. And in world space, they would be
Yeah,
consistent.
in world space, they would actually grow with that. So that's one good reason to go to world space. Another good reason to go to world space is it means that we could do some stupid things like make them bounce around or stuff like that. So
That fire thing.
or the fire thing, yeah.
Fire thing?
Like
Like if someone was on
Borderlands
fire and you had fire coming up, then we
Oh.
could have the numbers come out as smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and switch it over to that. So right now, the way we're instantiating these things is on damage. We're spawning them using world to screen point, and so we're not going to use world to screen point. We're just going to use the positions. So let's do the damage canvas. We're going to change this into world space. This means that we're going to, yeah, we'll just. So the question I have is, so we're going to need the canvas to stick with the player, but that won't work very well, will it? Hold on. Does it clip? Okay, I don't think it clips to the canvas by default, so let's just see what happens. So I'm just going to leave it at 0, 0, and we're just going to 0.5. And what are we doing? Width and height, I don't think it matters, but we'll just leave those at the whatever it's set at. And now we're going to place, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to remove this from our script and see if it just works. See if everything's just happy. Looks like it's happy. It's just, they're a little bit too big.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it's because they're in pixel space before, so they were set up for being on the screen
Have you
as
told
pixels.
those numbers to calm down?
So let's take the damage canvas and make it scale it down. Wait, will that work? No, that won't work because, well, it might work. Let me just try it real quick. I don't think this is going to work. But I want to see it just because it'll make the text smoother if we do it this way. But I have a feeling this is not going to work very well. Oh, wait, maybe it will. Although the sizes still were the same. It's making them bigger.
I'm not sure it's changing the size.
Okay. You're not? Yeah, it might not be. Maybe it was just placebo.
No, it's
Yeah, it's
bigger
placebo.
now. They're definitely bigger. They seem bigger.
No, they aren't.
Am I crazy?
Yes, you are, actually. And I was crazy before.
Oh, did you make them epsilon? Or make a...
No, now they're gone.
Now they're gone. Probably because they're too small.
Or they're too big.
Or the scale is too small to display them.
Yeah, let's just leave these back at 1. All right, let's see what we can do to the text to make this less painful. So let's go to our prefabs, damage number. All right, so...
Apparently they're having streaming problems.
Oh, great. Still...
They said.
I've nothing but streaming problems lately. That sucks.
Yeah, Loki's having streaming problems. And...
Not so streamy after all.
Oh.
Alright, so rep, truncate, best fit, script, speed. Alright, so let's see what happens if we scale the text down. See if that gives us crisp looking, scaled down. Yeah, it's looking proper. It is making them move really quickly. Because they're moving in meters per second instead of pixels per second. So let's go ahead and change it so that the move direction, let's make this down to 5 and see how things look.
Apparently it's Solo Wing's birthday.
Oh,
So
happy birthday, Solo Wing. Yeah, that's looking better.
Hey, look, they're normal, readable size. Oh, that'll make them bigger.
No, well,
Kidding.
well, I hope not this time, because I just made them smaller just a second ago. Oh god, that's way too small. What are those little pixels that are flying off of things? I don't know. But the nice thing is if we go to the full size, we'll be able to see them a little bit better. As opposed to before where we'd see them just as little pixels again. So
Maybe we should make it a little bit bigger.
yeah, of course. Let's do 6.
I was going to say 5.
I know you were going to say 5, that's why I said 6.
6 is too big.
You're right, it is.
0.25.
That's way too small.
No, we had it at 0.01, and it looked good when it was full screen. So what does it look like full screen now? They're too big.
Alright, fine. But what if someone's not playing full screen?
Then they need to place full screen.
You sound like a designer.
I think there should be 0.35.
0.35? That's a weird number. Look at how nice that looks. It looks good.
I think they should scale with the amount of damage being done.
I agree. I also think that they should fade away, but that's just me.
Fading, man. That's all that
love-
alpha.
I love the alpha stuff.
It's not that it doesn't have to do an alpha pass anyway on these things because they have to be alpha to actually render as numbers. So, so you want me to fade it? Do you want me to go ahead and do that real quick? Let's just write a fade because that's an easy one, and then let's look at maybe a damage size thing. Why not? So, fade text. Let's call it that.
What's interesting about the damage thing is you're going to have to make it like a moving target, basically, right? Because when you're increasing your damage, you want the numbers to increase proportionally to the range, but not to the damage itself. So, like, for instance, if we had the numbers be large at, like, 6, and you got to hit for 1,000,000, that would be a really big number.
Yeah, well, I mean, we would be doing a range. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Like, yeah, that's what you said. So,
Yep.
So fade text. So public float fade time using Unity engine. Actually, you know what? Why are we writing a script for this? Let's use an animation for this. Why not? So we're just going to add a animation component. So animator, animation. I know this is somewhere really obvious. I'm not seeing it.
It's right there.
Moving?
Oh, it's in miscellaneous. I was looking right at it. Animation. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted animator.
It was there as well.
Yes. Animator. I guess I could have just hit record on this too. Oh well. Well, I can't hit record on it unless it's in the same, so let's just do that real quick. So let's record, and let's put this into animations, and we're going to call this fade damage number.
Remind me of, stop it, Ron, stop. Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Stop it.
All right, so let's continue. So we've got an animator. All we're going to do is we're going to say over the course of 1 second, we will change the effect color to. Oh wait, not the effect color. That's the outline. Although we probably need to do that too. We're going to change though the color. Oh, we may not have to change that too because there's actually a setting. See, it says right here, use graphic alpha. So this will probably just work.
That would explain why it's at 50% transparency, but it didn't look like it had transparency.
Well, it's at 50% transparency because it has 50% transparency, actually. Or, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
It shouldn't start fading, though, right at the beginning, should it?
Shouldn't it?
No, it should stay solid and then fade near the end.
Meh. Here, let's see how it looks.
It should stay solid for about half the time and then start fading, so you can get a good view of what the number was, and then it disappears off into the sunset.
I didn't apply. Apply. Carpla. Alright. And actually, these aren't going to fade perfectly because I told that thing to be 1 second long, and they only exist for half a second, so...
Oh. Yeah, it looks fine.
No, you're right. I don't know why they're... Oh, I know why they're becoming full. Alright, so the other thing we need to do is in our animation, we're going to go fade out damage number. This is not looping. Now they won't have that little pop at the end. Yeah, they just fade and go away. That's awesome. But yeah, I actually do agree with you. Let's after seeing it, let's go with 1 second delay, and I'm gonna go with 25%. Though I like what you said with the 50% as well.
Yeah. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
What is half a? Oh wait, yeah, we were doing it 1 second long now, and something like that. See how that does. Oh, I didn't hit apply. Apply. I love how it just starts with the new text just fading out. I'm going to make him move a little bit slower now. So, where's the... We'll make him move at 1.5.
That's a lot slower.
It's a little too slow. Oops. Apply. Yeah, that feels just about right. Alright, so let's save what we got so far. Save selected, but I want to specifically delete this from the scene. Save scene, save project. Let's check this stuff in.
Checking it in.
Scape.
Doing the stuff.
Damage number fun. Outlines are cool.
Outlines are cool.
Oh, bad. But they say that all the time. But I know that it's actually bad because people are saying it's bad, so...
Oh, I know what's different about this episode.
What's different about this? Oh, no, my resolution is wrong, but that won't change the actual... That wouldn't change the transport stream.
Correct.
So...
But I did notice that just now.
That irritates me, though, because it makes it so that people have bars on things.
Like, not the good kind of bar.
No, the bad kind. Well, is there such a thing as a good kind of... Oh, yeah, the alcohol bar. I don't know. I whenever I think bar, all I can think of is bar games, and
those are different
when I say
kinds
bar
of bar
games. Yeah, I forgot. People are thinking actual bar games, and when I say bar games, I mean whenever a console boots up and gives me a nice long bar before I get to play my games. I'm playing bar games, and so I boot up my PlayStation 4 and it gives me a bar, and then I boot up my Xbox and it gives me a bar, and I boot up my computer and it gives me a bar, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go to a bar.
Yep. And then you just drink.
Yeah. I like this.
Pew 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 pew. Know what we need to do?
What?
No, I don't remember.
The damage size thing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, actually, just because the ranges, I'm not sure what's appropriate for that. Like, should it be based on the current weapons ranges, or should it be based on, like, every 100 you double it, or, like, what are we...
It should be based upon the max and minimum weapon range.
So that means you'll just have, like, a bunch of slightly different size numbers all the time.
Possibly
versus,
your
like...
level, too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to. Maybe we'll do that if we don't run into something else to do. So let's look at what we've got for our skill system real quick. I want to do a little bit of cleanup actually first. Let's make a couple things that should be 100% abstract, 100% abstract. So in our weapons section, we have this thing called weapon. And weapon really should be an abstract class, because you shouldn't be able to carry around the parent class of a weapon. Like, yes. It's not something that makes a whole lot of sense. So we're going to make this a public abstract class, and we're going to make this public abstract float. And we're going to hit save. And this is going to cause some problems because cannot declare a body. Oh yeah, we can't declare a body. I'm going to comment this for right now because we're going to need to copy and paste it later.
Oh,
you didn't want to comment everything, and I didn't in the comment. You're right.
Yep.
I made an 8 there.
You ate the end of the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So, abstract float weapon damage. The reason we have to just do that is because it's abstract. We can't have any implementation here. Abstract means we can't call this class. We can only subclass it and then call those classes. So that means that we're going to have to create a weapon that the player will use. So we're going to create a C# script. We're going to call this test weapon for right now.
Test weapon.
And test weapon is going to declare itself from weapon. And we're going to grab this, paste it in here. We're going to change it so that it's called public override. Is that how you do it, or do you just do... I'm just going to do override. I think it's override. And that's all we do. Min damage and max damage are references from our parent class. So
there's squiggly red on min damage, though.
Yeah, there is, but it's probably lying. But maybe it's not. We'll find out. Save. Still doesn't like it. Alright. Object. Okay, so this is the editor freaking out. Game object name player references runtime script and scene file. So this is when we have this weapon thing. It's like, we can't do that, man. That's terrible. So we're going to remove that. We're going to put a test weapon on him, and it's going to say we can't. Oh, we can't do that. So what's the unexpected symbol? Oh, that will help.
Yeah, that would make
a lot of things
difference.
Unhappy. Yay! Okay, so now if we hit play, our game should work exactly the same as it did before. It does. Yay.
Except we are getting a whole bunch of those.
Yeah, let's fix that real quick. What does it want us to use? It wants...
Consider using the set parent method instead.
Okay, so what we'll do is... instance.setParent, .transform.setParent, and it says with world position stays argument set to false. So set parent is damage canvas.transform, and world position stays false. We'll just do what it says, and hopefully everything will just be hunky-dory. Yay! Look,
yeah,
we got rid of all that
it is.
stupid text.
Apparently there's a white prefab.
Well, what? Prefab?
It says, oh boy, my prefab turned into a page icon. It did here too. Why is that? It's white instead of blue. White box. First prefab. It's white. See? So it is.
First prefab where? Wait, on what? What am I doing?
I don't know. That's what I'm just reading the comments, and I'm not sure. Not sure.
Was it like the text thing that we had on the outline? Is that what they're talking about?
Maybe.
Because that one does that.
Oh, it's that damage.
Oh, no, that's broken. At least it's still working.
Oh, is that the old damage number prefab?
It shouldn't be. Oh, it is.
And it broke, and maybe that's why we lost that instance earlier.
Then what the heck is this thing? Okay, hold on. What spawns damage? Octopushy. What does this reference go to? Oh.
It's child.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, what?
That's confusing.
Wait, what has happened? Oh, this is bad. Okay, I'm going to pull this in here. We're going to put it back in here. And we're going to exercise the demons.
And let's put it back in Octopushy.
And let's put it back into Octopushy. Damage number.
That's weird.
And, yeah, that does happen occasionally. I've seen bad prefab saves before. So I'm going to save all. I'm going to save project. And we're going to check in stuff. just to be safe. Damage number, prefab weirdness, and abstracting weapon class.
Yay!
Oh, it's good now! Yay! It's just
says
exciting
it's all
all the
good.
time. It's exciting all the time. You never know what it's going to say. So.
YouTube was just angry about that set parent thing also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was pissed.
Oh, yeah. It was just upset. It was just.
I was like, that
thoroughly
prefab's
upset.
broken.
All right.
So the projectiles stop when they hit something, right?
Yes, they do. Even when they hit walls.
Well, I expected
They
that.
actually technically send a damage note to the wall, though. So if we had destructible walls, that's easy.
Hey, I hurt you.
Yeah,
The
I hurt
wall's
you.
like, stop it.
Actually, let's add something
Stop.
to. If you notice, we don't see damage numbers when we hit that pillar, even though we can kill that pillar. So let's go ahead and just fix that real quick. Even though this pillar is kind of just a test thing.
We don't have to destroy them, but we could put damage numbers on the walls.
Just have them there.
I'm doing it. I just want to see it just for fun.
That way, you know how a lot of games have a test dummy. You can
It's
just
the
shoot
wall.
Yeah,
anything
anything
as
is
a
a test dummy.
It's the wall.
Give the walls different resistance values and stuff.
There's a wall that's more resistant to fire.
The Feng Shui room with each wall with a different resistance.
Ooh, this one resists electrical damage.
The only problem with this is it will show whatever problems with damage numbers on large targets.
Yay!
So you can see the numbers always come from the center of the target rather than...
Not where they hit.
Yeah.
We could easily change that, too,
Yeah.
if we wanted.
Yeah, we could. I actually don't want it because I really don't want the walls to be creating damage numbers, though it is really funny that we can just do that. That's the nicety of like component-based stuff is you can just play with stuff, just attach things wherever willy-nilly, and if you've written things well, you can do that and hopefully not break things. So
Hopefully.
what are we? So we were abstracting that. I want to I want to make sure that skill is properly abstracted, which is not. And this one's ready for it. So abstract class skill, and then we just change this one to public abstract void cast, and remove those. Save. So this should still work. Oh, cannot call an abstract base member skill cast. Oh wait, yeah, we don't need that. Save. Yay, okay, everything's working. Because that one we'd actually already subclassed anyway, even though we didn't set it as an abstract class specifically. Alright. Let's save scene, save projects. So I kind of worked on the things that we said we would work on in the episode. What are we doing? Skill, abstraction stuff.
So abstract.
So, what are we doing? We're going to need to start looking at some... Oh, God, we're going to have to start looking at some UI stuff real soon.
Yep.
I don't think I'm ready to take that plunge today. I don't think I'm mentally prepared for that.
For UI?
Yeah, I mean, we technically did a little bit of UI because we got this damage number stuff, but, like...
Actual, like, real UI?
Yeah.
Talking like the for realsies UI?
For realsies UI.
We could just do simple stuff like health globe kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could start with
Get a
player,
health
get a
system.
health system, have enemies actually attack us.
No, that's a good idea.
We haven't really had a health system like an action RPG. I mean, not on the... Our health systems are usually like we have 5 points of health and they do 1 damage each.
You mean they don't expand?
Yeah.
As
Basically, like
opposed
they
to
don't level and things like that.
that, and also like you see smaller amounts of health taken off of your full health bar, or you might see a large chunk taken off from a big hit or something.
So, does the player currently have a hit point thing? He does not.
The player doesn't even have the HPs.
It's the HPs written in such a generic way. Oh, we can't do HPs because the player's HPs need to be based on like level. Although the enemy's HPs need to be based on level 2. So, what do we have for? I just want to see what we've got for our scripts here. Cycle noise, damage player on triggering or death, debug death. Oh, yeah, that's right. Death is a type of... That's cool. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder for that.
So, the video game prank call says, "Hey, my player is able to push other players and enemies by walking into them. And I tried adding weight to them both and wall barriers around them, but still no luck. Suggestions?" With 2 question marks.
My player is able to push other players and enemies by walking into them, and I tried adding weight to them. Well, that means you're using a physical-based system,
Yeah.
which means... Well, that's part of the reason that we did a raycast-based system, is so
Yeah,
that
we
we didn't
actually
have to
don't-
deal with that stuff.
We aren't even using any of the physics.
Well, we're
systems
using
right now.
the collision system.
Oh,
that's
well,
it.
yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
I swear,
pardon
Octopushy
me.
Death. There we go. This belongs in here.
Pardonnez-moi, monsieur.
Death, skills, weapons.
That just sounds like life right there.
Yep, pretty much.
Death, skills, and weapons.
Why is my brain just turned off right now?
Main brain turn off.
Hit points, level, were we going to
Yeah.
consolidate a way to update the hit points from your level or something?
Okay, so we got player level. Yeah, this is where it belongs. Player level. So let's do tweak variables. We're going to do public, float, and per level health increase, which this is actually probably not a good way of doing it. But this is what we're going to do for right now. This is a very basic calculation. So we'll just give you 10 hit points per level right now. And so we need to have our...
Semicolon.
Thank you.
Semicolon.
Public int, or public float, HP. I'm going to just reorganize this just a little bit. Level, HP. What is damage bonus percentage? Per level. Oh, that's right. We have a damage bonus thing.
A damage bonus thing.
Yeah. All right. It's good enough for right now. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put void damage in our float
This
amount.
might already be in HP. We could just
Yeah, we're not
copy
going
part of it.
We're not going to. Oh, I see what you're saying. Just copy and paste it. So
Copy pasta.
HP. Just go.
Closing bracket. it. I don't think that was copied in.
And death. What does death do? Get component dot death die.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool?
Get component death dot die.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
It's just sad.
Well, what's cool about this is the system is it allows us to have a separate programmed deaths for different things, and we could have them like right now we have this called octopushy death. We could make this kind of a generic spawn particle death or something if we wanted to call it that. But we could literally have each enemy have a separate death thing. I always felt like playing. If you guys have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, if you haven't played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, go play Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I mean, it's like that's one of the
seriously.
finest.
But if you have
games.
played it, like to me, it felt like the artists were actually competing. The artists and designers were competing for the most spectacular deaths.
They were.
I mean,
that's what it seems
it's just
like.
It's like let's make this guy blow up into like skulls and have him
this
fall into things.
This guy cut in half and it's just a fountain of blood.
Yeah.
And
And so they have like all sorts of different cool deaths in that game, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff. But they probably had something very similar to this, although they probably were using C. But no, actually, they were probably using C++, which...
They wouldn't have something similar if they were using C.
Yeah, they wouldn't have... Well, they could have. They'd have to be writing a lot of their own object-oriented stuff on top of C to do it.
Yeah.
Which some people do. I've seen it done. I think a really good example of that is actually... I think Carmageddon used C in a lot of places. I could be wrong about that. So HP and is dead. So we don't have is dead. So we need to do... is dead...
Oh, so is dead was just a flag to make sure we didn't call death multiple times.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
right. That's right.
Something like that.
Public bool is dead.
Why isn't that a private?
The reason I'm doing that right now is we've organized this into in-game variables so that we can use this as a quick way of checking the state of the player and stuff. So if we just go in here, we can immediately see what's going on while the game runs. So
That makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Typically,
I don't normally do that. I'm kind of trying it out. So I'm giving it a look see.
Yeah,
we'll see how we're giving it a feel out. So
well, you
Is
could
there
always
an
do
opposite of hide and inspector?
there is not. There's not a show and
inspector.
inspector. It would be so nice. It would be so nice if you could do that.
Yeah, you just
now
have to
you
turn
can
on the debug.
Well, okay, that's the problem. If you do private, you can turn on debug and you'll see it. If you use hide and inspector, it's gone whether you have debug on or not.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
Might be able to.
Well, I guess that
change
makes sense,
with an
though.
editor script.
yeah, you might be able to.
I might look into that.
All right.
Put little health
To
bars
make a
over the
to make a show
baddies
and
while being
inspector.
hit.
I mean.
That is a good little enhancement.
Health bars. Yeah, we might do that at some point.
Health bars.
Health bars. Or we could do the global one monster health bar at the top, like we do in Diablo or whatever. You know, they do
Diablo has
that.
independent.
They have both,
Yeah, they do.
but they like by default they just have the top bar, and then you can turn on the other bars if you like, which I do.
I do as well. I
We
also
should
turn on
probably
all the
spawn
numbers.
the damage numbers from the top health bar position rather than the center of the enemy.
Yeah,
add-
actually, let's look at adding just an offset to that or something real quick, because that is a good point. Where is the... So when we do damage, I'm curious if we do damage on trigger enter, we do send message upwards. Why do we send message upwards? Oh, because the collider might be at the base of the... That could cause some I don't like either. I'm gonna keep it as is. I'm sure there's probably a really logical reason for me to do that I thought of at the time that I'm not thinking of right now. So, what was I gonna do? Death player.
The
So
damage number position.
yeah. So if we go to our Octopushy, they have a spawn damage number on damage. We're going to put an offset in here. We're just going to do a...
It's just going to be a float, right?
I think we should have a transform of a spawn position.
Yeah.
Because the offset's not going to be the same for every object. Like the cylinder might not even have the same offset.
Yeah.
As
Oh, yeah, good
octopushes.
point. Good point.
So we'll just have a transform that will set the position to, and that can also be...
So this is the reason why I was looking at why I'd done send message upwards. Because if we did broadcast message instead, and we assume that the colliders are on the top layer of the object, which is not always the case. As a matter of fact, I think Octopushy, does it have a collider at the lower level? It does not. So we can get with it in this case. All right. The only reason I'm thinking about this stuff is because as we make these little decisions and stuff, we're painting corners here. Mm-hmm. Like there's choices we make now that will affect how flexible we are in future choices. And this is one of those ones that we want to kind of establish early, and it will be a little bit more brutal if we change it later. So we're going to assume, I'm going to put this in our notes somewhere. Assumptions.
That the Earth is round.
The
No.
Earth is
Not an
flat
assumption
in this
at
game.
all.
All right. That's a really dumb thing. I'm not going to put that in there. So assumptions. What we're going to do is colliders for enemies and other objects should be at the top level of the hierarchy. I'm never going to spell this right. Oh my god, I spelled it right!
Yeah,
You had it right there.
Oh, well, I'm dumb. Okay, I still... Alright, well, it doesn't count. It must have been psychological. I'm just going to pretend that my brain just automatically caught that one. I swear I pulled this out of my fingers, although I was making mistakes as I went along, so I'm not sure how much that counts. This is because we use broadcast message to send information to the children of objects with information regarding collisions, like damage stuff. Save. So what we're going to do is we're doing broadcast message, which doesn't do what you'd probably expect. Broadcast message sends it to the object that you send it to plus all of its children. It doesn't do anything beyond that. And it's the exact opposite of send message upwards, which sends things to all the parents and the object itself. So it's not the exact opposite. It's opposite with an overlap, but that's really being picky. So what we can do now is we can move this script. So instead of having to like figure out where we're going to spawn things. Wait. I guess it would have worked just fine the other way. I wasn't even thinking. This is on the script itself. So we don't have to make this assumption.
Yay.
But I still want to make this assumption.
Oh.
So copy component. Remove component. And let's put this into a child. We're going to create a empty child. I'm going to call this damage number spawn position. And we're going to paste component as new. And apply. So in theory, if we offset this, like... Why would you have to modify the script?
We need to set the parent of the... Or were we already parenting damage numbers? Or... Oh, okay.
I didn't apply, but that did actually work, so let's hit apply.
I thought you did apply.
So that one's working. There we go, that's working. I hit apply earlier, but not after I'd made the change of the position, so... So now you can see they're spawning well above where the enemy is.
Is that good, though? Is that what we want?
Well, I mean... It's what I changed it to. It's just a thing. Probably not that high. 0.25, maybe something like that.
Something like that. It seems
too low.
0.5?
1.5.
Too high.
That's too high on the first one was looking good. I didn't hit apply, so.
There you go. That looks good.
What about the cylinder?
All right, so the cylinder. Yeah, we definitely don't want it spawning right in the middle there. So let's go to the cylinder. And we're just going to create empty child. We're going to call this damage spawn position oin.
Posit ion.
Posit ion. Okay, that looks good.
We still have the script on.
Hold on,
the
wait, hold on.
cylinder, I think.
Posit
Oh,
ion?
Serialized. there it is. Serialized field apparently will make it show in the editor.
Serialized
That's what it
field.
says.
Yeah.
Serialized field will make it show in the inspector. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, that seems logical.
We need the script on.
Yeah.
On that.
So add
and
component.
not on cylinder.
Oh yeah, let's copy the component then. Copy. Component. Remove component. Paste component as new. Play. Oh yeah, we need to actually offset it so that we can tell something has happened. So I'm gonna make this one 1 point. Actually, let's make this one 2. Yep, it's working. That's too high though, but it's working.
Yeah, the serialized field should do what you're expecting with the private variables.
So we can make all of those private.
And have them serialized so they can at least show in the editor.
Do you have to do it per
Yeah,
line?
you do.
Yeah.
So we could do. Let's see how I feel about this.
Square bracket.
Serialized field.
Let's see what it looks like in the editor.
I wonder if is this valid.
I hope so. I don't see why it
I'm
wouldn't.
gonna try that, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make all these private so that we can actually see if it's working.
It should be.
I mean, I don't see
valid.
why it wouldn't.
That
I
being
think it's valid if you put every line on one really long line.
Yeah.
So even with the semicolons. Separating everything.
Player.current level is in excess. Okay, so we were actually using one of these publicly. So, see, that's the other reason is I thought maybe we might need this stuff
What were we
accessed
using?
elsewhere. Like, what if we have a stats screen or something?
What
and
were
we
we
need-
using?
We were using current level. Oh wait, this is on. This is a script we're not using anymore. Actually, delete. Well, that solves that. All right, let's see how this looks in the editor. Inspector. Yep, there they are. Cool.
They're all there.
They're all there, and they're all private.
And that one
Were you
at
gonna
the
put them
bottom,
all
All
on
at the
their
bottom
own?
is still there. Yeah, let's do that.
that makes me a bit happier. To
Me
have them
too.
all in one line. Looks just a little bit more consistent and organized.
Save all.
That's neat.
All right, cool.
That's
Thank you
good information.
to.
To Mythos.
Mythos.
Mythos 56.
All
Or
right.
Mythos. Is it Mythos or Mythos?
Thank you, 56.
Well, that's not the
56.
whole name.
Thanks, 56.
I'm waiting for him to give us the.
Thanks, Mr. Thanks,
pronunciation.
Mr. Six. Mr. Six, how about that?
How do you
We'll
know
just-
he's not a sir? Maybe he's been nice. Or maybe it's a miss.
or
Mythos,
Ms. or
Mythos,
Mrs. or yeah, it could be anyone.
Why don't
or
we just say
doctor.
sensei?
Maybe it's
Doctor.
Dr. Mythos
Sensei,
56. Mythos-chan.
Mythos Sama.
All right. What did we do here? A lot of stuff. Reorganization.
Serialized
and,
field.
Offsetting damage values and serialize field.
Actually, is it serialized?
FTW.
Yeah, serialized field.
Commit. And that will wrap us up for tonight. So
Oh.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please email pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. Please donate on patreon.com/cookingwithunity. We really appreciate your support. And you should buy Phil's game, Robot Alone.
Yeah, I made a game once. It's called Robot Alone.
Yeah.
You can buy it for $1.
Old school now. It's like,
follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Magmalemur. Just follow me on Twitter. I like that. Makes me happy. Puts a smile on my face. Gets me through the day. But you know what you should do? You should donate to Cooking with Unity. That's right. Click on the Patreon link.
it's in the about page, about section thing.
Yeah. Patreon.com/cookingwithunity, right?
Yep, patreon.com/cookingwithunity. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you had a good time, and we'll catch you, we'll all catch you on Thursday, or hopefully we'll all catch you on Thursday. And I will catch you on tomorrow on the breakfast thing.
And I'll catch you on the flip side.
See you Thursday.
The flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah.